up, though?
Y'all got some wine?
Man,
Oh,
listen.
heck no.
We like smoking.
And I do mean that.
You cute.
Literally.
Y'all got life
Make it make
insurance?
sense.
You want
Don't
life
hate
insurance?
for the days. Welcome back to episode 2 of Somebody's Auntie. I am Natalie Knox. I'm here with my 2 lovely co-hosts.
What's up, y'all? It's Keysha E.
I'm
Keysha
Chevy
E.
the Shegan,
Chevy Shegan.
and we're here.
Welcome
we are
back,
somebody's
everybody.
aunties.
Welcome back. We are somebody's auntie. I'm happy to be somebody's auntie.
I'm happy to be.
One day I'm going to be somebody's mom, but right now I'm somebody's
I'm a mom.
auntie, and I'm okay with
You
that.
could be a mom and auntie.
You could be a mom and
You can
auntie.
be both
I'm okay with auntie for now.
for a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I'm gonna be
Shout out
somebody
to
real fast
my
auntie.
sister who's made me an auntie. She's an amazing mom. What are we talking about today? Keysha E, Chevy the Shegan.
Let me pull a topic out the cup.
Well, before we pull the topic,
Aunties.
how are y'all doing? What's going on?
My number today is I'm an 8.
You're an 8. That means you are feeling good.
Yeah.
You
I'm
are
about to go
feeling
on my
good,
period, so
feeling good, looking good. So you
don't
probably
look like
low.
it. You have no imperfections.
my face never breaks out. When I have my period, it's nothing you can see. Just internally, I'm dying.
I'm just saying, still and all, you don't look like you're dying.
No,
No.
What's your number?
Well,
How
that's
you feeling
good.
in,
I
Keysha?
don't look like what I'm going through.
Up and down? Is that a 5?
I
This
say I'm
means
at a 5.
Five.
I
Okay.
try to still make the best of it, but
Okay. I probably
my auntie is down.
I think I'm at a 10. I feel good today. It's beautiful out. I just feel just the energy. My energy is just high right now. So I'm feeling really, really good. So as you all know, as we talked about on our last episode, we will pull a topic from the hat.
Shortcuts.
And we will not silence our phones.
Use the tab key to
Maybe get off the keyboard.
That's funny. Let's go ahead and pull. Let's shake this. So shake this up a little bit, Keysha. Mix it up a little bit.
What's
Just
the
mix
tea
it up.
today? What
How
is
you
the
mix up
tea
a wine
today?
glass?
You could do that. You could do
Oh.
that.
What's the tea
okay.
today for the aunties? What's the tea?
There we go. By the way, we don't know what we're pulling out. We're just gonna randomly talk about whatever comes out of these 2 manicured nails. All right. Today's topic is this is a good one.
What is it?
Relationship red and green flags.
Y'all, I think Natalie, she
one
purposely
at a
went for
time.
that.
You
You
know
know
what?
Natalie,
No,
like,
you
I want to
know
talk about
what?
relationships. Natalie,
You know what? You know what? I literally was about to put this back and grab another because I grabbed this too fast. But we're going to blame you because you mixed it up. So you're responsible for me pulling this. Today, we are talking about relationship red and green flags. Are y'all cool with that? We can pull again.
let's-
No, that's how the game works.
That's how the game works. We don't get to say what we talk about. Whatever we pull, we're talking about. So,
The
what
first
should we
round
start
is
with?
green.
Should we
The
start with?
first
I was
round
going
is
to say, we
green.
should start with green flags.
Yeah, what's your green flags that you want to go on a date or date someone?
I want you to
Ooh.
plan the date. I want you to
Yes.
approach me yourself, not your friend, not throwing hints, not none of that.
Can we play some church music? Like cute church music. Yes.
Do you want a resolution?
Come on.
I'm trying to
like,
do a church
that's,
clap. That wasn't even it.
that's so true. Like being
Um,
approached.
Yeah, approach me. I want you to plan the
Plan
date.
a
It is
date.
something magical about a man being like,
Yes.
get ready, be ready at such and such time.
Yep.
You don't even have to tell me where you
Yeah.
taking me. I'm picking you up at this time. Or get dressed, I want to take you out. Like, plan the day. I don't want to have to throw hints that I want to go on a date. I don't want to have to tell you where to take me.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Get to know me. Listen. Find out what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Plan the day. That is a green
Flag,
flag.
100%. Not to get too deep into it because I know this is probably an episode later, but I agree with that. I am on a dating app, or I was on a dating app, and on the dating app is a video of me skating because I love skate. I love roller skating. And the guy who messaged me, he says, "How would you like to go skating for our first date?" I said, "Woo,
Natalie
child."
was like, yes, I do.
I thought that, but it,
I will marry you.
You know, I'm like,
Right.
please. I'm like, but it goes to what you're saying. It's like you're paying attention, you're being attentive to what I posted, right? I didn't end up going roller skating. Really quick story. I didn't end up going roller skating because I didn't like the roller skating options that's out here in LA. And I was like, it's very few. So he was like, well, how about bowling? I was like, okay, bowling is cool. I was like, Lucky Strike in Hollywood is cool. He's like, okay, let me call and make the reservations. 2 minutes later, I get a text message to say your reservation is booked. He didn't already called, paid for the lane, and said tomorrow at 6 p.m. and sent the text message. That's what I like. And I think that's what you mean when you say being attentive and making a plan.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Have
do
a
the back
plan.
and forth because I'm already kind of slightly
a plan.
indecisive. I kind of have Libra vibes, even though I'm an Aquarius.
I don't know what that means. I might be offended.
No, they say Libras are like, you know a lot about signs, right?
We are very
This ain't about
indecisive.
me.
We are very indecisive.
Very indecisive. You are very indecisive.
You are very
That
indecisive.
makes sense.
Because we don't want to make a wrong choice and we want to make everybody fucking happy.
Yeah, and I never thought about that because I'm not really into signs that much. But you are. If you're a Libra,
Yeah.
that makes so much
Libras
sense.
are very like,
That makes so much sense.
Have a
Libra
plan.
gang, don't come
Have
beat
a-
us up.
have a
Chevy, they
plan.
gonna come beat us up. Don't come beat us up, Libra gang. We
I don't
just
like
Gang, gang.
ooh.
That is not what we're here about.
Ooh.
Have
Dating.
men have a
Dating.
plan.
Yeah.
Have
For
a plan.
me,
That's
I had
number
a man
one.
that came at me like, I have a plan for you, and let me tell you, I was like, ooh, I might have to go
Yep.
change my panties. What?
Yep.
what in the get it now?
Yep.
Listen, fellas have a plan for me,
Listen.
for my life.
What's one for you, Chef?
By me being plant-based, and you make an intentional plan to find a plant-based restaurant that's good, that you can have your type of food too, baby, women getting married because you're listening to me.
Yep.
Plan a date, but make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Make it fun. It has to be. I went on a date. I went on a date, and they were very intentional about.
There we go. That
how
word
they
again.
How they
Intentional.
planned it out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If you plan a date and you include me being plant-based, it's all good in my book, baby.
Okay, so basically paying attention.
So
being
paying
intentional.
attention.
So that's
Paying
the first
attention.
one. What's number two? What's another one? There's no specific order. But what else are y'all looking for?
Another green flag, and
You gotta be fly. You gotta look good. I'm not about to play. You have to
I
have
think
some type of appeal about you that make me be like, okay, you also plan good dates, but you look good next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think for
Yeah.
me, as I'm getting older, I have to be physically
Older?
attracted to you. I have to be physically attracted to you, of course.
Yeah.
Hey,
But some of the things
guys.
in my 20s or early 30s that I
Thank
look for
you.
now, ma'am,
Well,
you realize we're in the middle of a podcast.
Chevy on here on Facebook
getting
Live talking to people.
some of the things that I didn't necessarily look for, but was like maybe considered a plus. I don't really care about now because none of that is going to pour into me. None of what you wearing is gonna care for me or treat me right or any of those things. So that's like one of the least things that I think I look for now.
Are you
Yeah.
dating?
Y'all in my business.
That's a good one. So
We gotta
okay.
hold you accountable. You said, listen.
Green flags.
I like that. I'm making a list here. So y'all said being intentional
Yeah.
and
Putting forth an effort is a
putting
green
forth an
flag for
effort.
me.
Okay.
Like, you might not have all the time in the world, but with the time that you do have, you put forth an effort to see me, to call me, to include me in your day.
After
That's
that
a green
picture, I
flag.
could tell it's a lot of green flags.
That's funny.
First of all, that was before the show started. We're not talking about that.
Here's
just
one.
wanna-
Here's one, guys. Here's one.
Okay,
Really
yeah.
one.
Go
We'll
ahead.
go back to that because I know where you're going.
Okay.
Here's one that I really, really like. I have a few, like a top 3 green flags.
Okay,
For
what's your
me,
top
one of the main ones is security,
Mm.
right? Making me feel safe. And when I say security and all that, like people don't understand. I mean, we're walking down the street, and I get it. People are raised differently, but you're walking on the outside of the curb. It's just like,
I didn't know that was
and
a
if
thing.
and if I'm walking
Yeah.
on this, you'll
My
switch
daddy
with
taught
me.
me that when I was a
It's
kid.
security. To me, I love a gentleman. To me, a
Yeah.
green flag is a
Yeah.
gentleman, and that's one of the things that I am in love with. If you notice I'm walking on the outside, you'll grab the back of my and just move me
Yeah.
to the inside.
Somebody
I
in my
love it. I
life-
love
Sexy.
it. Make me feel safe. Like make me feel secure. Make me feel you are a gentleman. He feels like my safety is his number one concern. Yeah.
Mentally, spiritually, feeling like I can let down my guard
Can
with
I
you.
trust
I can
myself with
trust
you?
you.
Yeah.
You can lead me. You have my best interest at heart. Like, that is an absolute green flag.
Yeah.
If you make a woman feel safe, fellas,
Mhm.
you got her. Like, that's
You said a key
that's-
word that encompasses all that. Like you make me feel safe with you, right?
Mhm.
You can lead, and also we have to be real with ourselves too. Are we women to be led? A lot of people are so like, oh, I got it. No, like, are you that type of woman that allows yourself to be led by a man?
Yeah. That's I absolutely want to be led. I realized because I had been single for so long and used to doing everything for myself, by myself, and not having to, talk to anybody
Yep.
before I do things, that
Yeah.
it took a second to be like, this is in my mind, I'm saying, yeah, absolutely, this is what I want. But then are my actions proving that because I'm so used to.
Like INDE.
And it's not.
Yeah.
I've never been an independent. I don't need no man for that.
Right.
That ain't never been me. I am independent, and I feel like all people should be. As an adult, you should be independent.
Of
You should be able to
course,
care for
yeah.
yourself. I've never been that, but I think because I have been single for so long, it was just second nature to be like, I do this for me. I don't even think
Yeah.
to stop and ask this
Yeah.
person to do this for me because I
Yeah.
have to do it for me.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
again,
like
that goes
an
with the growth.
adjustment.
I'm sure you've grown a
Yeah.
lot too
this,
since
this past year, man.
This past year for all of us has been like quarantine. I feel
Yeah.
like not to veer off, but man,
we
quarantine.
always veer off.
We always veer off. Quarantine really
Yeah.
It
made us grow and
it makes
change
you-
and look at ourselves
It
and
puts
sit
so
with
much into
ourselves.
perspective.
Yep.
You know, I think that's super
Yeah.
dope. So we have a nice little list going on here.
Yep.
Potential, putting forth the effort. I said providing
a-
security and making me feel safe. Let's Let's go to another one.
A green flag for me is being a man of your word.
Ooh.
That is too. The moment you're not,
Yep.
I don't know, buddy. I don't
Being a man of your
know.
word is huge.
Is that? Do you feel like is your father have your father always been a man of his word?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. For not just for me, not just for us, not for my family, but even for his family. My daddy is the go-to.
Yeah.
My aunties will call my daddy for something like, "Don't you got a husband?" Like what? Like my because he's gonna come through 1,000%.
And that's great too. I feel when you it all goes back to a little bit of how we were raised, because we won't settle for no BS because the example we had at home. Like my dad is great too, and I won't settle for anything less than what I know I deserve. And
I do realize, I'm sorry not to cut you off, that from in my early, like in my 20s, 30s to now, back in the day I would cut people off too quick. I realize now you have to extend grace. Nobody's perfect. People gonna make mistakes. Certain cheating and beating, we're not doing that. But
I extend so much grace.
they may miss the mark, you know what I mean? Or it may, and their heart, so he's not an F boy, you know what I mean? But maybe he had a lot on his plate and he kind of forgot or whatever. So like now I'm much more forgiving, or I'm much more understanding.
Yeah.
Because before it used to be like that, like, oh, my daddy is this way, and so you ain't going. And now it's like, nah, you're a human being.
Yes,
so,
exactly. What's one for you, Chevy?
Optimistic.
Ooh.
You gotta be optimistic.
Yeah.
Positive.
I'm a glass half full type of girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing's off the table. We
Clearly
gonna do
it's half empty right now.
You know what? Because
Chevy needs a refill.
When she's talking about her literal glass, it's never full. It's empty now.
But no,
I love that.
I'm such a half glass full type of girl. Like I think everything. I go through everything. Go through every emotion. Question things, but also learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like, but at the same time, like, don't project your fear on me. That is my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if your last relationship ended in shits and giggles, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So,
That part.
small little note.
Mm-hmm.
I literally do not like people who want to date that say, I'm scared of love. I don't want to be in a relationship. Relationships scare me. And why the fuck you in my face?
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah.
like, I'm
You gotta-
attracted
you
to
gotta
you.
figure
and
that
I
out.
like you. Like, you gotta figure that out.
Mhm.
Because now I'm worried that I can't be my full self because you worry that you gonna like me,
Yeah.
which you will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which you
But,
will.
like that. Like I cannot absolutely. I can't even have friends that's not optimistic.
Mhm.
And like
Yeah.
that mean when I come to you with like my bubblegum and rainbow ideas, you like, girl, what if it, girl, give me
Yeah.
an inch.
Yeah.
But
it
don't
will.
let me take the ruler.
Yeah.
Because I go too
I like
far.
that.
But
I
you
like
gotta
that a
be
lot.
optimistic.
Being optimistic.
Yeah.
That brings me to my
Honesty
next
is
one.
a green flag for sure.
Which one? Honesty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Honesty is a good one. This is a really, really one. Like I said, I have like a top 5.
Mhm.
If a man, this just gets me just warm just talking about it. If a man is vulnerable, you opening
We
up
like
to
Willow.
me.
We was like red tape talk. Ooh,
You know,
that's
like you're
good.
opening up to me. You're just being honest and just vulnerable and sharing things with me. It just allows my guard to be down a little bit, because I do go into a lot of things with my guard weight. My wall is like super high. But if you come into me and you feel comfortable enough talking to me about that relationship, or you failed a test or something, or you didn't get this audition, or whatever it is, vulnerability is huge. And as I think it's easier for me too, because I am in a season of vulnerability right now, and it's just to meet someone else who's equally vulnerable, that's a huge green flag for me.
You know, a green flag for me is your relationship with your mama. If you love your mama and you
and
treat your mama
family.
right.
Family too.
And, yeah, like, and how I look at that, like, that was something that I noticed in somebody like very early on and was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I mean, I'm not going to say you treat me like your mom, but he was as good to me as I imagined based on his relationship with his mom. Like, that's always
It's important.
a
I ask
green
that question
flag.
too when I'm dating now. My questions when we're talking about growth in our earlier episode, I'm asking those questions. Before I really didn't care, but now I'm like, well, how's your relationship with your mom and your family and your cousins? This guy I was talking to a while ago, didn't have a relationship with his brothers or his mom, and he's just kind of like a loner. You want to dig deeper and figure those things out. But I want to know what your relationship is like, what your social skills are like and how you get along well with your family. Because I don't have a big family, so I want to kind of, family is important to me, and I don't have a big family. I have, 2 sisters, mom and dad, and I don't have a lot of cousins. Maybe I don't have a lot of cousins.
I got like 72 cousins.
Yeah, see, I don't have a lot, so it's important to me.
Yeah. And it's not to say that if you don't have a good relationship with your mom, because we don't know,
Right,
anything could have happened.
there's always,
that
it's
doesn't
true.
mean that you are not going to be a good man, but generally it's a green flag. You know, like, oh, okay. So yeah.
You have
I
another one,
think
Chevy?
that-
Yeah.
She's like, I got a bunch of them.
You gotta learn how to make something, cook something.
Cook.
Gotta
Okay,
learn
a
how to
man who
cook.
can
Fixing
cook.
Fix
something.
Fix
A man who
something.
can cook.
You either gotta cook real good. You gotta be Gordon Ramsay of Uber Eats.
That's so
I don't know.
funny.
I love a man that
Or
can cook,
reservations.
but I don't look for that as much as I look for you being able to do something with your hands. Like if you,
Oh yeah,
my
like
battery
fixing something around the
car,
house.
you like
Yep.
I don't know how to give you a
Yep.
boost. It's like what?
Yep.
I don't feel safe with you no
Knowing
more.
how to do,
Like, no, I don't
knowing how to
feel
do
safe.
like I don't know if I should say knowing how to do those I don't this day and age you can't even say certain stuff, but those manly things like you know changing the tire. I can change the tire, but knowing how to change the tire, knowing how to.
Me neither.
Ooh, okay, y'all. We need
My
to.
daddy taught-
Hey,
Here's the
that's
thing.
our next
Here's
podcast.
the
We need to
thing.
learn. Y'all got how y'all
My
know how to
daddy
teach-
taught me how to do all these things, but I was like, why would I ever do this? I have
Why
you.
would I do this?
Like,
No,
I
but you
never.
wanna, so wait. Y'all mean to tell me if y'all on a 101?
I'm
Y'all get
calling
flat.
AAA.
Y'all calling somebody.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you what
Insurance.
this happened when I first moved to LA. I went out one night and got a flat tire. I called my daddy. He was like, well, I mean, I can get there in the morning. Like, I got to get on a flight. And I was like,
Oh,
oh,
you
shit.
gotta
My
do
first
that.
mind was just to call him. And it was like, oh, damn, okay.
You
Can't
gotta
call
get
him.
that.
Well, let me call AAA. But I'm not about to get out there and
I'd
fix
probably
it
call
myself.
AAA too, but I know how to do it. Y'all know
Yeah,
the tools. You just jack the car. Okay, that's a whole nother podcast,
First
y'all.
off, if I put a,
I changed my shower head in my bathroom and I was proud of myself, okay?
Okay.
So-
Well, I mean, you can fix stuff around the house though. Y'all can like build. Y'all got a screwdriver and a hammer
I
and
have
all
a
of that.
screwdriver.
yeah.
Okay, so y'all can build. Okay. all
For
right.
me, it's like just having that figure it out type of mentality.
yeah.
Because that's important too when you're thinking about a man leading you and him being the head is like him being willing to or
Yeah, I love
having
that.
that like,
I
oh,
like
we're gonna
that.
figure it out. Even if he don't know. Because I don't expect you to know everything.
Yeah.
But being like, I'll figure it out.
Here's
That's
another
all I
green
like
flag
about
for me
facts.
too.
No kids is a green flag for me.
What?
It's
no,
the no
I
kids
can
for
totally date somebody
me.
with kids. I could date somebody with kids, but you gotta have a
But if you
healthy
have-
relationship with your baby mama.
But if you have no kids, I see all the green flags. All I see is green. Okay,
It's
lime
funny.
green.
It's funny in my growth too.
Hunter
I
green.
would not talk to someone if they had kids, and I was like, Natalie,
Wow,
you might be
we
limiting
older.
yourself. Yeah, we're a little older
Yeah.
now, so I
I've
think
never dated dudes with kids.
I'd prefer to go into a relationship without kids, but now I'm not. Before the old Natalie, again, we're gonna talk about old Natalie and new Natalie a lot. Old Natalie was like, nope, no thanks. If you were, I would swipe left, no thank you. But now as I'm older and grown, I understand like people have kids and it's
People
okay. It
have
doesn't have
kids.
anything
Niggas
to
be
do.
having kids.
It's totally fine. Like
Niggas have kids
I'm
every day,
100% open to it now. So
I can
fellas,
totally date somebody with kids.
yeah, now I can. It's
But if
cool.
your baby mama knocking on the door every other day, sorry, it's giving leaving. I'm leaving you.
Maybe if she like in a
it's giving.
coma or
I think it's
something.
important. I think I ran into.
I'm just being honest. Can
Y'all
we be
are-
honest? Can
wait,
we be
wait,
honest
wait.
on this podcast?
Hold on. Yes, we can be honest, but let's also show some love for the non-toxic relationships, like where the baby mama is
Yes.
not all.
It's
Like,
not
all-
about
I feel
it
like
being
that's
toxic.
no. I just feel like that's the image that people say like all baby mamas or baby daddies is drama. No, you have
No,
some
they
good
not.
co-parents and relationships.
No. Guys over here like it's not
You
even
have some
about that.
good co-parents and relationships.
She might not be drama. She might be the best baby mama on earth. Can she be in a coma? That's all I'm asking. If you want me in your life with your kid, that's all. I'll bring her
support this.
flowers. I'll come to the hospital and visit.
I don't support this
Keisha's
at
a
all.
little different than us. Me and Natalie.
I just don't wanna
I don't
be biased.
support
She
this.
this type of person that you meet
Look
on the
at- look
first
at her
date. She'd be like, "Oh, your baby mama died."
I mean, talk to me. Talk to me.
I
Talk
want to
to
get.
me.
We need to bring. We need
How
to bring
long ago?
Auntie on. We need to bring a
How
real
long ago
Auntie on
was
as a
it?
guest for this one because that's.
When your baby mama die?
How long
my
ago?
goodness,
You
my
ready?
goodness.
I'm ready. to
All
date
I'm
you
saying,
today.
there are healthy co-parenting relationships.
It's not about it
You
being
don't always have to
toxic.
deal with toxic men or women when it comes to dating someone with kids.
It's not that it has to be toxic. It could be great. Your kids could be great. They could be nice
Keisha's
little
selfish.
kids.
You're selfish.
No, I'm not selfish, but
You selfish.
Ooh,
It's
that's a
okay.
green
You
flag, too.
self.
I'm not selfish. The thing is, I don't like kids enough to want to deal with one that's not mine.
Heard you.
You
Say
know what I mean?
less.
If it's mine, you mine, and
What
I
if
can't
he's
take
over
you back.
18?
Heard you. Say less.
And then you in my pockets because you got tuition, you in college,
But maybe he's not in college.
your car done broke
What if he's a
down, you
drug
still
dealer?
need help. Now you got my life in danger. I'm definitely not about to get killed over
Oh,
somebody
so
else's
now you
drug
don't
dealer,
like
son.
them. Now you don't like them.
Okay, that was in my 20s. Old Keisha, that was in
Old
my
Keisha,
20s.
yeah, we got old Keisha, new Keisha. Here's one more, y'all. We don't have too much time left, but let's
Yeah.
go. I have one more major green flag for me. Spirituality and faith. Right? That's huge for me. That's
Do you
like,
pray?
yeah, like, are you praying? Like, I want to know that. Like, this one guy asked me when we were dating. He was like, we were just getting to know each other. He was like, how can I pray for you?
Ooh.
Wow. He
It was
asked
like
me that.
holy water juice down
And I'm just
there.
like, wow, like a man who's like, a man who's, you're funny.
It was
You're
holy
funny.
water.
You're funny.
He's
That's
about to
hilarious.
He's about to baptize
He's about to walk
you,
on the
son.
Red Sea.
Walk on water. Meet me at.
But isn't that's so
Meet me at the
attractive
boat.
to me? It's like, wow, what are you doing on Sunday? Well, let's go to church.
Yeah,
After
that
let's
is.
get some food. and let's go to the beach. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
love a
definitely gotta know
man.
God.
That's a green flag for me. If you talk about God, you talk about church, you talk about meditating, you talk about spirituality, if you talk about, your relationship with God and you being 1st and then me, you got me. Because that's how I was
Pause.
raised too. In a
Yeah.
sense, it's like the husband who has that relationship with God, and then his wife comes next, and then his children.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Someone who's spiritually connected. I'm not saying you got to go to church every Sunday, but someone who's spiritually connected. We can pray together. Hey, can you pray for me? I got this big audition coming up. That's what I'm looking for.
Somebody said they pray for me.
No,
And
I
didn't
had
like them.
somebody
I didn't
pray
like
for
them.
me.
I was not attracted to them. I didn't want to date them.
Wait, they said they was gonna pray for you.
You got to
was
be
like,
careful
no.
getting
was
prayer
like-
from everybody.
Listen, they was like, I prayed for you. I said, please don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because what are you praying for?
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. Oh, wait. Who are you praying to?
Exactly.
That's important.
That's very. It could be
That's
Satan.
important. Who are you praying to? Hold on. I don't really need that prayer right now
Yeah.
because I don't know who you're
Because
praying
what's
to.
your religion?
Exactly. It's important.
Because
Yeah.
if you, I don't want to go there.
Let's
but-
knock out. We got a little time. Let's knock out a few more green flags.
Green flags or red flags?
Red
Oh,
flags.
we
Red flags.
right.
We
We
forgot
forgot all
red
about the
flags.
red flags.
Red
Wow,
flags
red
and
flags.
dating.
Kids. Alive, baby. Baby mama's repulsive.
Baby mama's living. Do your
Kids.
Silent.
You know what?
Red
Keysha really not a fan of
flags.
kids. You really,
Keisha
but you
is
have
not
you
a-
got a gang
or
of nieces and
dogs,
nephews though.
And I feel some type of way.
They not
We had
mine.
dogs.
We had dogs.
I
had
have
a dog, y'all.
Keisha was like, what's that?
Listen, your dog be
Keisha-
trying to lick my ankles.
You didn't grow up
and-
with dogs.
We had a dog for like 2 seconds. My mom was
See,
like,
that's
uh-uh.
why. When she grew up with dogs, in
She's
Detroit,
like, Bernard
dogs was
crawling,
like a
that's
thing.
not going to be good for him. He can't be on the floor with that dog. So we gave the dog to my grandma. He got stole like 2 weeks later. His name is
Terrible.
Maximilian.
He should have got stolen.
You don't do
Y'all never
dogs either?
cared.
But
Y'all
yeah, I
had
do
dogs? Yeah, I love dogs. I love
I-
dogs.
I-
So,
we had
kids, what's another red flag?
I'm trying to figure out how to word this, but you know how people be like, I can't find the one, or not much so I can't find the one, but they were crazy. Soon as I asked you who you dated, you said it was crazy. That is a red flag for me, because especially
Like
if
it's
y'all been
everybody else,
together-
but not you.
Because
but never
how
you.
long y'all been together? We was together for 2 years. She was crazy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, where's your accountability? Tell
Where's
me
your
tell me your
accountability?
part in the relationship and why it failed. Don't tell me
Because
about
now I
this
need
other
to
woman.
know.
Another red flag for me, and people do this a lot, and this is in general, but also relationships, is like,
I am.
I'm quick to cut somebody off. To me, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. Like,
Because
that is a red flag.
we're human beings. Like, just
Yeah.
because somebody does something that you don't like, you're going to cut that person off. Because one, you're going to be running forever. You're going to go from one
Yeah.
relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, or
Yeah.
friendship, or whatever the case may be. Two, you do things that people don't like. And
Mhm.
the person didn't cut you off. Now, if it's something shady, by all means. Or if it's something, just crazy, of
Yeah.
course. But when we talking about, like, somebody, I may have done something with good intentions, or... And it just, that's not something that you like, or that's something that bothers you, or that crosses your boundary, or whatever. Like, don't just cut a person off because of
Yeah.
that. I think that's a red flag when you just quick, especially at this age. It's like, maybe if you're 15, yeah, I was cut a dude off for anything. You said you're gonna call me back in 5 minutes, and it's 15. But like
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
40, I'm not
I'm
settling,
piggyback off
but I'm not
yeah.
cutting you off for any little thing. Like, you
Piggyback
can't
shade.
build with somebody like that.
Piggy-
I
back.
went on a date.
Mm-hmm.
The entire date, I kept literally saying, I don't want to talk about my ex. I said it like 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about him, right? Mind you, this person been following me on social media. I pray to God that they probably, if they hear this, whatever, it's my podcast.
It's
I
okay.
what I
You can
want.
do what
It
you
happened.
want. This is
It
our
happened.
podcast. Let's
Right?
go.
And I've been following this person for almost 2 years and noticed they had a wife. Right?
Mm.
They on a date drilling me. Oh, your ex, you sure? You sure you done? That was terrible that you did it. That was terrible. The next day, they tried to analyze the date and like, what's your thoughts about it? And I was like, I had a great time. It was organic because I created my boundaries. I was very transparent, and that's very big for me with the dating. But then I had to let they ass have it. Because you drilling me, you got to say you had a wife this entire time. Your wedding,
That's a red flag.
your
That's
ring
100%
is
red
on, your
flag.
wedding ring is on your middle finger. I
Mm-hmm.
said, well, let me tell you how much I don't give a fuck. Because I was trying to get to know you, because maybe that relationship didn't work, but you judged me so hard when I met you that it wasn't even, you didn't even give me grace at no point, but yet you never told me that you were married.
Mm.
I found out through social media. I said, so now let's talk about it. They didn't have nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
What can
So
you
for
say?
Jay-
What can you say?
A
Yeah,
red
so what's
flag
that
for
one red
me-
flag? Yep.
Is
Being married and being a liar.
Okay, there we go.
yeah. Yeah, because I wanted to say something else. I wanted
gonna
to say,
say-
yeah.
I'm gonna say for me, codependency.
Yeah.
and low self-esteem a little bit. It's like I want a man
can't date
that's
nobody with low self-esteem.
that's confident. That's
Because you're a bad bitch.
what's that?
You're a bad bitch.
Yeah, say that louder
You're a bad bitch.
for the people in the back.
She
They didn't
said
hear
you're
you.
a bad
bitch.
Say it louder. Like just have self-esteem. Believe in yourself. Love yourself.
I can.
And don't be codependent on me.
Yeah.
That's codependency is a red flag for me. I mean,
Explain it a
allowing-
little more though.
it's more so like allowing myself to feel it, or allowing yourself to feel a certain way, or you only feel this way because I do, or like I'm trying to think of a good example with the 2 minutes we have left, but just being codependent on my feelings or how you feel. You based off how you feel, based off of how I feel. You don't
Yeah.
have feelings
Like they
of
don't
your
have
own.
a mind of their own.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're like, you want to go to eat? You want to go to
Or
eat?
they don't
You
have,
wanna
like,
go
well,
to
no,
their
eat?
own
that's
agenda.
indecisiveness. Ooh, that's a red flag too. Because I'm already indecisive, so I need somebody that we were talking about earlier, like a leader. Like I don't want to go back and forth where we're going to eat.
Are you
where we going to
submissive?
eat? I am. But that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a
We
whole
need to
nother
add that to the
podcast.
jar.
Yeah.
Let's add that to
Write
the
it
jar.
down.
Let's add that
Yeah.
to the jar.
Are
We'll talk a
you
little bit more about
submissive?
codependency later, but just
Yeah, I
like
like being submissive.
depending on you to make me feel a certain way is
Yeah.
pretty much a definition of codependency.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. We
You don't want no
have
kid.
a lot of
You
time
don't want no
left.
son. We got a lot of time.
Run them off. Red flags.
Run them off, red flags. Or
Red
what do we say?
flags. Line.
Submissive.
Kids.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Keisha's actually kids. I'm okay with kids, guys.
I'm okay with kids too.
Mm.
Also, big.
What
big
if he's rich?
also-
What if he's rich?
I don't care how much money you got. This is not a money issue, okay?
She like Thanksgiving for
This
two,
is
not for
not-
10.
What about communication? What about communication being a red flag? Like I've dated a few guys who were just. My personality is so like energetic. I have to feel like I need to date somebody that matches my energy.
Yes.
And if it's somebody,
the
I
opposite.
literally dated someone who did not talk. We were going. I'm
Was he
not
mute?
kidding. I'm
Was he
not
mute?
kidding. No, but he was
Natalie
just like
we need to do a whole podcast on Natalie's dates, nigga. Because the date you told me about the other day,
that was wild.
she went on.
Yo, that was
She went
wild.
on 3 days. I was like, how did you get to the third day? How did you get to the second day? We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. But
Dating apps.
he didn't talk yet. Write that down. Dating
I'm
apps.
the opposite.
He
I mean,
didn't
you gotta
talk at all. Like it was just like, "Are you enjoying the movie?" And he was like, "Yeah."
I'm the opposite because I think it
I was
brings
like,
about
"Is there
balance.
a social issue here?" This was intense though. He like didn't
No,
talk.
you gotta communicate. We gotta be able to
Was
talk
he
to
adopt-
each other. We gotta be able to talk to each other and then talk and
But
work
did he
things
go
out.
through like anything in his childhood that was traumatic?
No, he said his whole family says he knows he's like that. I was like, "What do your family say about your quietness?" He was like, "They know. They just
Was he
understand.
in,
They accept
like,
it now."
like learning disability
No,
classes?
he just didn't talk. He was quiet.
I think
Did he go
that
to college?
Yeah, he graduated, played basketball and everything.
How he pass? He don't talk.
you gotta talk, obviously. But for me,
I want to
I'm
have fun.
confused.
I want to have fun with you. I want to talk. I want to crack jokes. I want to roast you 24/7.
Yeah.
Girl,
I
he
don't
is
want to
slow.
sit there and just like.
yeah, you gotta talk. But because I am a little bit more outgoing, I think dating somebody who's not as outgoing brings about a balance.
Yeah.
I feel like we will balance each other out because when I'm like,
'Cause Keisha
hey,
don't
let's
like
go do
going.
this, and he's like, oh no, we gotta take care of business, and then when he's taking care of business, it's just work. It's like, oh, we gotta have a
No,
little
I
bit
feel
of play.
like you have to be outgoing with me, or unless otherwise I'm
Yeah,
bored.
still
I'm
talk. I'm
bored.
not
If
saying
you're
sit there and not
I'm
talk
outgoing
to
with me, I'm bored out of my
No,
mind.
I'm not saying don't sit there and talk to me at all. I'm saying like I can date somebody that's a long email. That's introverted, or even though I'm kind of like an extrovert.
I consider myself an
but-
You need to
introvert.
date
I can-
somebody that's high energy.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's the opposite because I think I don't need that. I think I need somebody who's a little more chill. I think
No.
it brings that balance.
For you, as I'm getting to know you, I think you need to date somebody that's like, hey, get dressed at 7, pull up. And y'all
Yeah,
going
of course.
somewhere
You can still
exciting.
be an introvert and still date. You gonna still have to date me.
But they need to be able to gang you up to be like, okay, I'm going. But if somebody
No,
has to-
because I'm excited to spend time with you regardless.
okay, well that's fair.
I'm excited to spend time. You could be like, we about to go to Target.
All right, y'all. That was our relationship red flags, green flags.
Take me
Trust
to
me,
Target.
we have so many
We
more
may
that we
need a
could
little
do.
bit more time.
Yeah, we need more time. We need to do a part 2 of this at some point. We're gonna do a part 2 because there's so many red flags, there's so many green flags. But for now, we're gonna have Chevy read the email question again. Send those emails. What's the email address?
The email is somebody's auntie.
Send those questions.
AUNTEA@gmail.com.
Every
You
week we are
guys.
going to answer a question. What do we have this week?
Our nephew sent the message in. He
What up,
said,
nephew?
how to handle a situation when your girl tell you a story from work that she's upset about and you realize she's the problem.
Wait, so you realize
First of all,
she's the
this email
problem?
is so
She
long.
realized she's
I
the problem.
love that. Ooh,
Ooh, this is a red flag and everything.
it's a longer email.
It's
Okay,
long.
listen, it's
Let me pull
long.
it up. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
We need the details.
Y'all, this is funny. It was Thanksgiving, and after dinner, the family started to drink and play games. I started to notice my girl's mom was being a little more touchy. Her hand was on the lower part of my book. First off,
Wait, what?
Lower part of my
Yeah.
These are two different.
This is two different things. So
I
wait.
think these are two different things.
So let's start with the question.
We're just doing one. What's that first
Yeah,
one?
the first one was how to handle a situation when your girl tell you a story from work that she's upset about and you realize she's the problem.
You gotta be honest.
By the way, the other story sounds super spicy. I can't wait to get to that.
I can't wait to
We'll
get to
do
that. He
next
said it
time.
to you.
Keisha
tricked
said,
us.
"Be honest."
You got to be honest
Yeah.
because if you're my person, and this is another thing I realized this year, there were some things that I was doing, and I'm like, oh, I'm an amazing person. I'm a great girlfriend because
You're trash.
I'm caring and I'm supportive and
Not
I do nice
trash.
things.
You're trash.
And it's not to say that I'm not, but it was some things that I did not realize that I was doing because one, I had been in a relationship for so long, so it was like
Going
nobody
live.
there to call me on it, right? And I don't have these situations with my friends. It's a different dynamic. So had this person not called me out on it, I would not have realized that, which means
held
that I
you
could not
accountable.
have had the time to fix it and correct it to then grow and be better.
Yes.
So you're her person. You're like, I mean, she's your girl, not necessarily your wife, but still you're like her number one.
Yeah.
So if you're not honest with her, then who is? So
That's
then
right.
she's going to continue on doing whatever it was that
Thinking
she did in
she's
that
okay.
situation, thinking that it's okay.
Yeah.
So in a nice way, you don't have to be mean about it, but I think it's okay with being a little stern because sometimes we could be like, whatever, and play it off. Nah, you were wrong in that. You have to be honest. Don't do it in front of the people at her job. Don't call her
Yeah.
out in front of people.
Yeah.
But at home behind
Private.
closed doors,
Yeah.
in that situation, I honestly feel like you were wrong.
I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback on that.
Because X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback. I don't even think I need to say anything. That's true.
That's true.
If you're in a relationship with someone, just be honest. Just tell them.
Yeah.
You know, like, again, everything depends on the relationship and how the other person might take it. But just tell her. Like, you might be in a nice way, though. Like, again, you have to know the person not to want to hurt their feelings. But
Yeah.
just tell them.
I'm gonna be like, you trash. Apologize.
And on that note,
say the reason why. You
No,
make
I would
it,
say the reason
explain
why,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean.
On
So-
that
and,
note-
and maybe tell her some things that she could have done, how she could have
Yeah.
handled it differently.
Yeah, I agree.
on
I
that
agree.
note, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you soon.
That's
Let's
our
toast it
episode.
out. Let's
I don't
toast
have
it out.
nothing.
You are empty. We just, wow.
Not the whole bottle.
Not the whole bottle.
Somebody's on TV.
Y'all stay safe. Be well. See
See
y'all,
y'all
soon.
next week, nieces and nephews.
Ooh, y'all heard my back.
What up,
Y'all got
though?
some wine?
Man,
Oh, heck
listen.
no.
We like smoking.
And I do mean that.
You cute.
Y'all got life
Make it make
insurance?
sense.
You
Don't
want
Finger
life
hang.
insurance?
other day.